Of all the different eras and pockets of history that you have researched and written about, do you have a
Mhm.
favorite?
I think the whole 19th century is my favorite because there's so many different stories to tell that haven't been told or haven't been told fully, whether you're talking about, the years leading up, whether you're talking about abolition or the Civil War or Reconstruction or Redemption or the move west or the move north, whether you're dealing with the Hispanics and the blacks in California, or whether you're dealing with the small towns in Kansas. I mean, there's just a wealth of stories out there told from a different point of view that you can have fun with and educate and entertain and all those other good things that makes a good story. So like I said, I love what I do. I really do.
That's wonderful. I mean, I'm sure that's one of the reasons why your books keep speaking to us is because you love it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Now, one of the things that's going around the internet these days is that historical romance is dead.
Yeah.
Is this a cycle that you have seen before? Have you heard this before?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We've heard this before, but nobody has said this to the readers of
Mm,
historical romance. You got a lot of pushback from some of the publishers. You're getting pushback from the little kids, book talk and TikTok and all of the clock people. But you're not getting that from the mainstream readers, historical readers. They're
hmm
waiting for more stuff. And I don't know. I think it's something that's going to come back and bite them in the butt, publishers,
hmm
because the community is so large. And a lot, from what I'm seeing, have stopped reading because of how different the books are now, as opposed to the way that they were constructed and written, say, even 10 years ago. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think those of us who write historicals are going to continue to write historicals, whether it's going to be romantasy or whether it's going to be paranormal or whatever it's going to be, it's going to still be with a historical view. Because, like I said, I'm not qualified to do anything else. So I'm going to do that. I like some dragons. I'm going to do some dragons. But then I can also write suspense. And because I've got suspense titles that I've been promising my readers for the last 15 years, lying to them about having this book done. So as long as, as long as I got a publisher, I'll write something.
Yeah,
Historicals are my first love. They're my
yeah.
first love. Yeah.
Do you look back and think, do you have any observations on how your writing has changed? And or do you have observations on how your writing has remained constant to itself?
Yeah. I think the writing has changed in who gets to be in the story. Because back when I started, the heroines were mostly were all white, size 6. Most of the men were alpha holes. And now you have just this wealth of diverse characters, all identities, women and men doing different stuff, men writing, um, stories for people who don't really identify as love stories. So I think that's a wonderful thing because it puts, regardless of the political machinations going on right now, it puts romance, I think, ahead of a lot of genres in who gets to participate and who gets to be seen on page.
Yeah.
I think we lead the way in that. But there's still a lot to do. It's not perfect. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had to burn down RWA. But like I said, I think we lead. Still a lot to do. My writing has changed in the sense that I don't rely as much on the research as I used to because I've already educated my readers. And I don't
Right.
And I don't have to hit them over the head anymore, or myself, with like what's happening in Louisiana in 1877, or I don't have to do the Great Exodus of 1879 anymore because we've already done that. So I can take the stories, make those parts of it the foundation, and not have to teach because they already know. So it makes it makes for less of a historical, but you still get that foundation and you still get hopefully a great story.